before we even jump into that, like, was there anybody that anybody wanted to see there that they didn't see?
Oh, you want us to get into the snubs immediately?
Yeah, snubs. Let's go to the snubs real fast.
Let's do it after we go over the nominations, no?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do nominations that we care for.
Okay. So I would do the global music album first.
Okay.
Global music album: Sounds of Kumba by Siddhant Bhatia, No Sign of Weakness by Burna Boy, Eclair Le Monde by Youssou N'Dour, Light of the World, lovely album. Mind Explosion, Live, the 50th anniversary by Shakti. Chapter 3, We Return to Light by Anushka Shankar, with Alam Khan and Sarthi Kowar. And Caetano e Betania O Vivo, so it's the live album by Caetano Veloso and Maria Bethania. So lovely stuff.
I love this category so much. You know when we start entering the album titles that we can't really pronounce.
Yeah,
you already know we're all for
that
something.
one is like, to be honest, these ones are even simple because Eclair Le Monde is just Light of the World.
Yeah.
But Caetano and Betania is literally their names, Caetano and Betania Live. That's literally the name of the album, Caetano and Betania Live. But lovely stuff. I don't know what anybody wants to say about that as far as album, but as you can see, the only Afrobeats album on there is Burna's No Sign of Weakness.
Yep.
For people that are familiar, you'll know that Anushka is not her first time here. Anushka Shankar.
Yep.
This one is a collab. Lovely stuff. Shakti, popular. I'm one thing I'm seeing here that's very interesting is we're getting live albums in the nominations. Yeah. And obviously everybody knows Youssou N'Dour. The icon that is Youssou N'Dour. So
yeah, man.
I don't know what anybody wants to say about that.
Yeah, it's a category of icons for sure. I mean, I think that's the position that category has kind of, or at least that's the shape that category has kind of been able to take up for quite a while.
So for that one, it's very much like meant to be global, right? And the way the Grammys has explained it is that this is an album where more than 75% of the album is new vocal or instrumental global recording, right? So first of all, it has to be international. Secondly, you have to be using instruments or vocals that are original and are new. So that's the way they've explained it. So yeah, man, that's it.
Yeah, what do you think are the chances Burna is picking it up again?
I don't think Burna is picking it up, only because I love. So here's one thing I will say about No Sign of Weakness. I've actually gone back to the album several times now.
Oh, you have?
It's not.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
No, I actually have. It's not my favorite Burna thing, obviously, but I will say it's not as bad as everybody makes it sound. It's not his best piece of work, but the way people were talking about it, you would think it's the worst thing they've ever heard. I think maybe it might not be the best from Burna, but it's better than a lot of music that a lot of people are making. I actually personally liked it, but as far as my guess for this, I don't see it going to Burna, but that's just me.
Right. All right. To be fair, I think a lot of this is coming from at least this category has always taken shape in the form of either just honoring someone that feels owed a Grammy, or if there's a beautiful storyline attached to the narrative around that album or project.
Will you say it's an honor thing, or would you? And I think the reason why,
based on how it's been voted.
No, I think what it is that the way they've described it here. Well, okay.
No. There's actual. Trust me, there's actual textbook definitions of the category. I'm speaking to I'm speaking to how you
to
tend
like
to see,
who has typically worn it.
yeah, how the voters tend to lean based on the entire storyline like behind it. I think Twice a Store has its own storyline to really back it up at that time. That was the time when it was actually even changed from world music to global music. So Burna just fit exactly what the vision of the category was going to be. And obviously there's a story of him missing out in African Giants and then coming back again, kind of channeled in the album as well. So it was very strong and very straight to the point, like narrative that he had behind that one. I don't know if No Sign of Weakness as a narrative around it that would obviously contest to many of these names that we're seeing here, but I mean we would have to do much more digging to really compare and see who can hold some weight against him. I mean, Anushka Shankar is one obvious name that you can pick up. Yosun Dor as well. It feels like, yeah, he hasn't really had enough light shined on him, so this might be seen by many voters to be the opportunity to do so. So it's like, yeah, there's things, there's campaigns that obviously everybody here has to run. May the best campaign win at the end of the day. But yeah, like you said, I wouldn't see Burna Boy picking this up. I would be pleasantly surprised if he does as well. So we'll see. Anyway, let's open the floor. Dari, I know you wanted to chime in. What were your thoughts on this category, Best Global Music?
Yeah, I think all the nominees are deserving. I think that everybody has put in strong work.
Yeah.
In terms of like the quality of albums. I'm really glad that Burna got nominated because I think I already spoke about it. There's been a lot of talk about the quality of the album, and I think a lot of it was driven by like the whole substance thing. So I think it was sort of like a war between himself and the industry, because I think the industry looked at the whole substance thing as he was trying to sort of like kill the industry in some other lights, or if I can use that term and all of that.
Right.
So I think all of that, they put that into like into the air, and it was sort of like some sentiments around the album. I generally like the album. I think it's great. I think the narrative is there. I don't agree with you when you say the narrative is not there, because like when he dropped the last album, I'm talking about I Told Them.
Yeah.
There was all sort of talk about exhaustion, about him being creatively exhausted. And I think that's really where the theme of this album kicks in, where he's trying to let people know that, that he's growing, and the results are there, from the sold out stadium tours to, we can continue to speak about that. But I think, and if you also look at the narrative of the album, or the sequence, the songs on the album, it actually goes in, or you guys are saying there's signs of weakness. So I'll do a self-detox and look out for these signs and ensure that they're taken care of. And that's really what he did on the album.
Right.
And I also think on the album, he goes to war, but he comes back and he realizes that, in the end, we still have to make peace. And you hear that on when he closes out the album, or towards the end of the album, with songs like Pardon, with songs like Change Your Mind, and what do you call it? So I think the narrative is there. I just think there's a lot of residual in sentiments to things that have happened previously, and that's pushing the narrative from the other side. So in terms of him winning, I think that's still a little bit tricky with the Grammys. You can't really exactly tell.
Yeah.
So, but I hope he wins.
All
Yeah,
right.
but those are like my thoughts in general.
All right. Fair thoughts to be shared, man.
And I believe that this is this year makes like Burna getting his 11th nomination.
I think 11th and 12th.
No,
Right.
12 and 13.
12th and 13. Oh.
Wala Day, all of them. So see,
Yeah,
we
but
have,
seven consecutive
yeah,
nominations.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it for him.
Dope. Yeah, man. Magnificent. I know you have some thoughts, bro. Let's hear them.
Hello everyone.
Hello, bro.
First of all, I just want to speak about the air quotes snobs, especially in this category, because I've been seeing a lot of, and there's been a lot of banter, including from myself. But I just want to make some things clear about the particular global album category. It's not, most of the time, it's not looking at who dropped the best piece of work. I need people to go back and look at the
winners,
the criteria, not even the winner, the criteria for the award. Belema was saying something about 75%. It's actually 51% new sound and global sound and all of that. And
No. So they changed it for this year.
Yeah, they changed
this year
it.
it's 75%.
75%. Okay, that even makes my point even, because you look at other albums that you thought were snubbed and all of that, and you look at the No Sign of Weakness. Particularly, Burna has always made albums that caters globally, especially when it comes to the award seasons and all of that. He never likes to be overlooked in this kind of things. And if you look at the past album, I think his last 5 albums have been nominated for this category.
Yeah.
Or last 4, if we remove African Giant, because it was nominated under the World Urban Album before it was changed in 2021.
Yeah.
You look at the old albums, the last 5 albums together, and you put them together, and including No Sign of Weakness, and you want to see which one of them is more eligible for the award, it is No Sign of Weakness. Compared to Twice as Tall or Love Damini or all of that, you look at, I'm not saying which is the best album, I'm saying which is
more fitting in the
more suitable for that.
Better than Twice as Tall?
I'm not saying better, I'm saying it is more suitable.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So
like more suitable.
No. He's not speaking to the quality of
I understand
the album.
that. I understand that.
He's
I'm
speaking
saying
to the match for the description.
Exactly, because you look at it now, it's even as Belema said, it has been increased to 75%. If it was 75% back then, I don't think Twice After will have even been eligible for that category. Even Love Damini, I'm not sure about. I told them, but you see, Twice as Tall and Love Damini wouldn't have even been eligible when it was 75%. Maybe Lagos probably wouldn't be eligible as at then. So they made it a bit tougher. And I think before they announced this, because they usually announce changes to the Grammys in I think in May.
Yeah.
So people are usually in check in all of that, and they did all of that, and Burna dropped in July, and then you have an album like No Sign of Weakness that basically embodies global music. In the global music category, you have the country music, or his attempt at country music will change your life. You had the EDM on KBC, you had the high life on Bayou Life, you had the hip hop on the track 2, you had the street vibes on No Panic, you had Afrobeat on Love, you had you had Brazilian funk on Ta Ta Ta, you had the it's basically everything, and I think it was his attempt at that category.
Gotcha.
And then I think that's why the album, when it came out as a then, many people did not understand it, including yourself. I mean, people on this place, it felt scattered to them. It felt like, oh, what's the direction? What is he trying to do? You know, we try to explain the whole aspect of, like, you know, it was just seeing the therapy, but that's just the story of the album. But we're not talking about the album in itself, because when it came out, people were not expecting that kind of, you know, going in different directions and all of that. Probably he was trying to cater for that particular category, trying to go as much as possible on the global audience. And for the album category, he's trying to make the 75%. That's why he went all around. He went to South America. He went to, he was on the Brazilian funk. He was on the countryside. He was on the hip hop. He was on the Afrobeat. He was on the EDM. He was basically all over the place. And he got rewarded by the nomination.